Hello everyone, welcome to Python Vibes YouTube channel. In today's video, we will see what are the most frequently asked interview questions for freshers. So in this video, I'll be covering all the theory based questions. So let's get into our today's video. The first and foremost interview question is, what is the Python and why is it so popular these days? So you need to explain what is Python and the reasons behind the popularity of this language. And the second question is, explain the differences between Python 2 and 3. So you can explain what are the things which are there in Python 2 and which are not available in Python 3. So just like xrange was available in Python 2 and range is available in the Python 3. Even the print statement has some differences. So this sort of differences you can make it down and you can explain in the interview between Python 2 and Python 3 versions. And the third question is, how do you comment in Python code? You can explain the multiple ways of commenting our Python code using the hash, and then you can use the singular, double quotes, or triple quotes also. So you can explain how we can comment our Python code in multiple ways. And the fourth question is, what are the few basic data types in Python? So you can mention that there are a few data types like list, tuple, dictionary, set, and you can classify them basically like mutable data types and immutable data types, and you can explain what are the mutable data types and what are immutable data types. So in immutable data types you can mention like string, integer, tuple. So these are a few examples of immutable data types, and list and dictionary, these are the immutable data types. And the fifth question is, how would you create a list in Python and what are some common operations you can perform on list? So we can create a list using the square brackets. So inside that we can mention any type of data types of values in that list. And there are list methods like sort, append, extend. So these are a few methods you can explain during the interviews. And the sixth question is, how to create empty dictionary or list or set. So basically they just wanted to know what is your understanding, how would you create the if they ask for empty dictionary, you can mention flower braces, and if they ask for list, then you can mention square brackets, empty square brackets, and then the set is nothing but set of open parenthesis, and if they ask for the tuple creation, you can just mention the open parenthesis. So that is how you can create the empty dictionary or empty list or empty set. Or you can make use of the constructors also for each data type. Like for dictionary we have dict constructor, for list we have list constructor. The same way for other data types as well. And this coming to seventh question is, how to access dictionary items. So we can access the dictionary items by using the keys, and if you want both the values and the keys, you can use the dictionary.items method, and if you want only the keys, then dictionary.keys will gives us the all the keys in that dictionary, and values for getting the all the values in that dictionary. And you can use the for loop to loop over all the keys or items whatever the way they want it. So that way we can access the dictionary items in Python. And coming to eighth question, they will just ask the differences between any data type like list versus tuples, or list versus dictionary, or set versus dictionary. So there can be any combination. So basically you need to have an understanding of what is exactly this list is, tuples are. So that is how you can make some differences so that you'll be able to answer this question. We'll go to next slide. And the ninth question is, how do you open and read a text file in Python? So we can open the text file using the open method also there, and with the statement also we can open the files. And to read and all to write or append something, we need to maintain some modes like read mode, write mode. So these are some basic modes you need to have understanding. So you can explain how we can open a file and append the content or write the content inside that and close that file. So basically those all file operations you can explain here. And the 10th question is, how would you handle exceptions in Python? So basically in Python we have try and except and also else, and then finally is the one. So we can explain what is try block is doing and except block is for what, and the else, when can we mention this else, and finally what is the use of finally, and how to how this finally, when we written finally, what is going to happen. So all these things you can mention when you been asked for how do you handle exceptions in Python. For this question you can answer in that way. And then coming to 11th question, how tuples are more memory efficient than list in Python. So here you can make use of sys library, and then get size of is one of the method. So for that, if we pass the tuple variable, then we can get how much memory it is going to consume. So that is how, if we compare list and tuple, then obviously tuples are more memory efficient than the list. So that is how you can mention during the interviews. Coming to 12th question, conversions, like we can convert from one data type to another data type, basically like typecasting, you can say, like list to string, string to list, and list to dictionary. So these all typecasting, how would you perform? So this thing you can explain it. And the 13th question is, explain the concept of list comprehensions in Python. So if you are basically I have an understanding of the list comprehensions, you can mention it. Otherwise, you can skip this part, because nowadays everybody has understanding of the list comprehension. So that is the reason I have mentioned here. Basically, these list comprehensions are nothing but some enhanced way of writing for loops over the list. So when we want to iterate over the list and make some conditions executed, we can go for list comprehensions. These are somewhat faster than the general normal regular for loops which we are going to use on the list objects. So that is how you can explain the list comprehensions here. And coming to 14th question, describe the differences between deep copy and shallow copy in Python when working with objects. So shallow copy and deep copy, these are the types of copies. You can have some example, and you can explain how deep copy is affecting, and how is this shallow copy is affecting those objects. So basically, this shallow copy will be like these all if you have copied using the shallow copy, so if you make changes in one object, and the other one is also going to be changed, because these two things are going to be pointed to the same memory address in the backend. So that is how, when we change one object, the other object is also going to change. But in case of deep copy, it's not going to affect the other one. So that is how you can explain and answer for the 14th question. And coming to 15th question, what is the purpose of init method in Python classes? So what is init in Python classes? So init is a constructor, and this constructor is going to be called whenever we create an object. So this automatically get executed, and based on the number of parameters we are passing it to the constructor, it will take those parameters and it will initiate those variables. And self is the first parameter in this constructor. So these things you can mention for this 15th question. And coming to 16th question, differences between append and extend methods for list in Python. So basically, you need to have some understanding of the list methods like append and extend. These are used for the adding elements to the existing list, and you can have some basic differences here. Just go through the any internet search or make some points, so that you will come to know the differences between append and extend methods. And coming to 17th question, how does Python's garbage collection work, and what is its significance in memory management? So basically, here you can explain what is garbage collection and how it is working in Python memory management. So this you can check it out. And coming to 18th question, explain the principles of object-oriented programming in Python, like including inheritance, encapsulation, and polymorphism. So here you can just simply mention the definitions of inheritance and types of inheritances, and encapsulation, abstraction. These all concepts you can mention, only the definition that might work. So we'll go on to the next question. And 19th question is, what are variables in Python and how do you declare them? So here you can name some PEP8 standards, like variables shouldn't start with numbers, and some of the special characters. Hyphens are not allowed. So this is how you can mention some PEP8 standards, and you can also mention what is PEP8, and that is just a style guide to have a readable code. So that is how you can answer for 19th question. And coming to 20th one, what is a module in Python? How do you import and use modules? So here you can explain the module concepts, and how you can import from one file to other file, and how you will be going to use these modules. Coming to 21st question, basic string methods like title, upper. So these are just a few methods which you can go through the internet and make a note of all these methods, so that you can be able, you can answer this question. And the same way, find and index differences you should be aware. Find is only existed for the strings, and index is a built-in method. It will work on list and string data types. So this is how you can answer for say 22nd question. Coming to 23rd question, you should be able to explain what is sort and sorted. So sort is a list data type method, and sorted is a built-in data type. That means it will work for more than one data type. And you should, and we'll come to next question, lambda expressions in Python. So as I mentioned earlier, like everybody is working on Python. So, and even this language is been teaching in the colleges, right? So you should go on to the next level. I mean, a few advanced concepts if you have to clear your interviews these days. So you should have some idea of advanced concepts like what are lambda expressions or anonymous functions in Python, at least some definition, and what are the use cases of these lambda expressions. And you need to name few built-in methods in Python. So like ABS, sorted, index. So these are some built-in methods, and still there are other methods. Please refer them. And yeah, you can answer all the built-in methods, whatever you have remembered for this 25th question. That's all, guys. These are all the theory-based questions, and you can be ready with all the answers for these 25 questions. So then you will be able to answer your questions during the interviews. And there are few coding questions also they are going to answer, but basically they will first check your understanding of theoretical knowledge, and then they will go on to the coding knowledge. So first you prepare for these questions, and then there are few coding questions also. If you want to know that, just comment it in the comment section so that I will make a next video on that. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to PythoVibes YouTube channel.